Hello, my name is Colin SkipperWing Bird, and welcome to another episode of the Crimson Fly animated webcomic speed paint series. One of these days I'll come up with another name for that. If you'd like a version of this video without the audio commentary, you can check out the links in the cards, or in the description below, or in the screens at the end of this video. I think that's how you're supposed to say it. Anyway, today's music is Take It Easy by MBB, which is actually kind of has the opposite effect of what's supposed to be happening in this. But anyway, yeah, you can find a link to download it in the description below. Also, if you would like to see me animate this comic in real time, please feel free to check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/SkipperWing. You can also check out this comic in its original form at thecrimsonfly.com, so there is that too. So today's strip is issue 6, strip number 25, aka strip number 93 from the grand total, because we're reaching 100 soon. Yeah! So what's happening is our big brother figure is actually being arrested, and that sucks. Or rather, he's being framed for the destruction of the factory in, like, what, 3 strips prior? And naturally, it's not actually his fault. But the police don't care, and he's on. So they're just wanting a scapegoat, so he's closest, and they used him. And I'd like to say that there's some larger statement about a person of color being arrested on the scene simply because they were there. But it's actually kind of laziness on my part. I just wanted to have a reason for him to get arrested. That being said, unfortunately, today's social climate makes it such that it's not really hard to believe that they would just arrest him without any sort of evidence. But hopefully that'll change in the future, and this strip will become hopelessly outdated. Here's what we're hoping. So, onto the product. Oh, and of course there is a mysterious hand reaching for the Big Brother's jacket. I wonder who that could be. You should totally read the comic to find out. So as for the actual content, or rather the animation techniques of this one, in the last video I talked a little bit about the difference between the different types of traditional and digital animation. Traditionally, what you would do is you would draw out the rough animation for your shot, and then you would just ink over it like a comic page, or clean it up like a comic page, pencils, proper inks, and then you would color it in with cells. And that's traditionally how we would do that. And it's very time consuming. And if you don't have an eye for consistency, well, you're going to mess up a lot. I don't have that eye, despite what my animations would suggest. The flip to that is puppet animation. The thing with puppet animation, though, is that it requires very consistent camera angles and very consistent body poses. It's why when you see puppet animation used, you'll notice more often than not the character doesn't really move out of a general 3/4 view, and their hands don't do anything. Their hands and torsos don't do anything that's too strenuous, because for every new pose that's not in the archive pose library, you have to draw that out. And after a certain point, you've kind of if you're drawing new parts every frame, then essentially you're not really doing puppets. You're just doing traditional. You're just breaking the bits and body into bits and pieces. At which point you might as well just do it traditionally. However, when done right, it saves a lot of time because you're reusing assets as opposed to drawing them from scratch, and it's a lot less work and time intensive. So, of course, so normally I work more traditionally because the Crimson Fly is very, very dynamic as a character. And as a comic strip, it's part and parcel of the superhero genre, barring very, very few exceptions. So, of course, the question is, well, okay, so then why did I feel the need to change it? I mean, it was working, right? Well, unfortunately, you'll have to watch the next video to find out, because this one's starting to run a little bit. We're starting to hit the mark, and I want to keep these rants to about 5 minutes each. Plus, I kind of want to incentivize you guys to check out the next video too. So yeah, see you then. And that's it for today's video. Please, if you like what you saw, please like, subscribe, and share this video with anybody you think would be interested in either the Crimson Slide or just animation or speed techniques as a whole.